So I'm Sai Leela Haripriya. So I have done my project. The title of my project is Stock Price Prediction Using Machine Learning Model. So I have basically considered this project because we can apply many machine learning models, like we can use the XGBoost or we can use the regression model, and but the best model that suits for the stock price prediction is the LSTM, which is long short term memory model. So so the main motive behind this project is that since the beginning of the stock market, we know that investors have struggled with and sought to predict it. So on the stock exchange, billions of dollars are moved every day, and every dollar has an investor who is looking to profit in some way. So nowadays, huge number of people make money from home by trading stocks. So it will benefit us. So if we use our knowledge of the stock market and our expertise in machine learning to solve the problem of predicting stock prices. So every day entire business flourish and collapse based on the market trends, right? So an investor makes a seductive promise of wealth and power if he can correctly forecast market fluctuations. So huge number of people make money from home now by trading stocks. So it's better that if we use this machine learning to solve, to predict the prices, stock prices, so it will benefit us in any way. So stock market has a significant impact on the economy today. So and it's highly complicated and it takes place in a constantly changing environment. So as a result, we have provided a strategy combining two different fields for stock exchange analysis to help the investors make better decisions. So the technique combines new analysis with price forecasting based on historical and current data. So machine learning is something we use the past data and we will be able to predict the future data, right? So long short term memory is employed in prediction. So it uses the most recent trading data and analytical indicators as input. In new analysis, only the pertinent and live news is gathered from a broad range of business news sources. So to forecast consumer opinion towards companies, the filtered news is examined. So the outcomes of the two analyses are combined to produce a response that suggests future increases. So this is what is the LSTM technique. So we use long short-term memory technique. So it is a type of recurrent neural network for learning long-term dependencies. So it is commonly used for processing and predicting time series data. So the real trend of stock prices can be closely predicted by this model. By training the model with new data and adding more LSTM layers, the accuracy of the model can be improved. So predicting upcoming sales and changes in industry sectors for business and equity traders. So we can use this technique. So this is the right approach to predict our stock prices. So researchers have augmented the predictive power of our forecasting framework by building four deep learning based regression models using long and short term memory networks with a novel approach of walk forward validation. So it's a forward method, so it doesn't involve any back propagation. So now using the grid searching technique, the hyperparameters of the LSTM models are optimized so that it is ensured that validation losses stabilize with the increasing number of epochs and the convergence of the validation accuracy is achieved. So after doing my coding and after doing my EDA and visualization, so these are my outputs. So this is the result of my project. This is the heat map. And this is the exploratory data analysis of my project. And coming to the future work, so we have used simple moving average and exponential moving average also. So they perform similarly, but there are like far behind compared to LSTM. So we can improve our this long short memory model by fine tuning the hyper parameters such as the number of cells, batch size, and loss function. We consider stock market data so that we, as a time series. So now let me go to my report to show you exactly what I have done from the beginning. So this is the data set I have taken from the Kaggle, and this is the description of the data. Like this following has the data set of the stock information. This data set contains the stock information of the following banks like Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo. So this is like this is the Python code like to get our data set also. This is the another way of reading our data set. So these are the data visualization of my stock predictions. Like I have used the Tableau. So like this is the visualizing the predictions for full data. So this is what I have done. So I have plotted the training and testing data both to see how good the LSTM model has fitted. So coming to this, so in distribution plot of data, we can see two peaks, which means the data has varied significantly in two regions and the volume data is left skewed. So this is the distribution plot of the continuous variable. And coming to the box plot, we can conclude that only volume data contains outliers in it, but the data in the rest of the columns are free from any outlier. So this is the box plot of the continuous variable. And coming to the pie chart, so like I have added some more columns which will help in training our model. So if we add more columns, so we can train our model accurately. So we have added the target feature, so which is a signal. So this tells whether to buy or not. So we will train our model to predict this only. So we will concentrate only on the main target feature signal. So but before proceeding, we have to check whether the target is balanced or not. So I have used this pie chart. So from the heat map, we can say that there is a high correlation. So, and added features are not highly correlated with each other or previously provided feature, which means that we are good to go and build our model. So this is the correlation. And this is my EDA as I have shown in the PPT. These are my visualizations. So this is the introduction. So these are my references. Like I have seen made this project using these references from the IEEE. So methodology is what we have used is the LSTM. So LSTM technique. And so this is the conclusion. So there are many models, many models perform good, but out of all deep learning based regression models, so LSTM based deep learning regression models were found to be far too superior to that of the machine learning based predictive models. So this is what LSTM proved to be the good model to predict our stock prices. And so like we have used the time series, like we have used the stock data as the time series, right? So where we can predict multiple times. So the future work is that so we can use the module provided by the stats model in Python, and while fitting this model, we can tune the smooth leveling parameter to get optimal performance. So like we can tune the hyper parameters for the best, LSTM can be proved to be the best if we can hyper tune our parameters. So let me go to the code. So this is what is the code. I have written my code in the Jupyter notebook. So this is what is the data set. Like this is my data set. This is my code. Seaborne heat map of the correlation between stocks close prices. This is what is the correlation. Yeah, and thank you so much. So this is so far my project. I hope you would like my work. Thank you so much.